All right, Jeff, thanks for being here today. We're excited to get edified by you. If you don't mind just giving us some of your background, and then you can share your screen and jump into presentation, but really appreciate you being here.
Well, thank you so much for letting me. I'm excited to talk to you guys today. Yeah, just a quick background on myself first. I grew up in Idaho. I went and did pest control, sold pest control door to door for 4 years in Southern California to get through college. And then I started up a carpet cleaning company in Idaho when I was going to school there. And I went and sold carpet cleaning services door to door. And then for the next 13 years, we grew our carpet cleaning company, and we ended up buying out 2 other companies, and spent lots of money on Google and Yelp and Home Advisor and Thumbtack and Angie's List and all the other platforms out there. And I had an experience in, well, just a little personal. I'm married. I've got 6 kids. My oldest is 16, going on 17, and my youngest just turned 7. And I've got 4 girls, 2 boys, and we just moved to Provo from Houston, Texas, just a few months ago. And we are excited to be here. But our company is setting up headquarters in Provo right now. We just launched in April. But yeah, just a quick little snippet about the foundings of Pitch 59. In December of 2018, some things had changed in the restoration industry that I couldn't control down in Houston, and we were losing a lot of money with one of our companies. I pulled out the rest of my hair trying to figure out how to solve that problem. And we were spending lots of money on all these other platforms. And then one day I was driving, we were visiting some family up in Utah for the holidays. And I was thinking, well, I'm spending all this money and it's not giving me the kind of return that I wanted. And I thought, what is the most effective advertising I've ever done? And I thought back to my door-to-door sales days, and I'm like, what made that so effective? I wasn't a pushy salesman at all, but I did really well at door-to-door sales. And I was thinking, online, I've got like 255-star reviews for each of my companies. We've got a great website, great reputation, great pictures and discounts and sales and information there. Yet when I was on the doorstep, all I had was a clipboard and a t-shirt. And those people hired me way more often as a percentage than the people online. And that's when it hit me. I'm like, they hired me. They hired me as a human being. They didn't hire my company. It didn't matter which logo was on my shirt. They would have hired me anyway. So I thought, on all these platforms and everywhere online, I'm handicapped because all I am is a logo, or I'm just a company, or I'm just a star rating, and everybody has a 5-star rating nowadays. And so I thought, what is the difference? Why did those people feel comfortable hiring me in person there versus what they're doing online, where it's a lot more clicks, a lot more, I'm really trying to increase my conversion here. And so I had an idea to create a platform called Pitch 59 that essentially lets everybody do an elevator pitch for 59 seconds and makes it really simple and easy to get referrals. And so with that, I'm going to share my screen, and I'm just going to go through a handful of slides to talk about the importance of these elevator pitches and how to do a really good, effective elevator pitch. And then I'm actually going to show you Pitch 59, and I'm going to show you a handful of pitches on there so that you can kind of see the difference between some of the great pitches and some of the pitches that could use a little bit of work. So with that, let me pull this up here. And I'm going to go to my. All right. Let me see here. Okay, so can you guys, I don't know if I'm sharing the right screen here. Let me try this one more time. I think I'm sharing the wrong one. All right. Do you guys see the 10 extra referrals on your screen right now?
Yes.
Okay, let me try this again and see if this will work. For some reason, it's putting, do you see the elevator pitch, or do you see my presentation screen?
It says elevator pitch, but it looks like a presentation. Yeah, it looks like your
Yeah,
presentation.
for some reason, I'm sharing the other screen, and then let me see if I can switch that over, and then I'll try that again. It's still doing it, isn't it?
It says elevator pitch, what it is.
Yeah, and then on the, okay, we'll just roll with it. It's fine. It's going to be the same thing. But all right. So first of all, let's talk about what an elevator pitch is. It is a short, concise statement that lets others know who you are, what you do, and what makes you unique and different. What it is not is a sales presentation. It's not a biography. and it's no longer than 60 seconds in generally. We at Pitch 59, we tell everybody to keep their elevator pitch to 59 seconds or less. So when you're creating your elevator pitch, you want to start with the end in mind. So what your objective is, what your overall goal is, and you'll want to write that down before you start creating your elevator pitch. But the first thing, let's see. So you need to figure out what you want your audience to know. You want to figure out what you want your audience to feel. And then you want to figure out what you want your audience to do. And so remember that you want to know, feel, and do. So there are 3 different objectives that you're going to have with these elevator pitches. So often when people think of elevator pitches, they think, oh, I just got to tell people what I do, right? That couldn't be further from the truth. And I'm going to explain why, and I'm going to show you some examples. It's so much more important that you make people feel a specific way than you let them know specific things. So the first thing is there are 3 keys that you want to achieve with your elevator pitch. You want to become knowable, likable, and trustworthy. The first 2 are the knowable and likable side, and you can do that with a certain set of questions. So the first thing that you want to do is introduce yourself or your background by identifying things that make you unique, interesting, or relatable. And you can do that through sharing beliefs, your likes or dislikes, experiences, personality, physical traits, any lessons that you've learned in the past, or experiences that make you, or circumstances that have made you empathetic or down to earth or relatable. Too often, by the way, that I should go back there. That gets overlooked. It is really important. Oops, sorry, I'm going through these too fast here. It's really important that you become relatable by your audience, like as soon as you can, because you've only got 7 to 10 seconds there before they're going to decide whether or not they want to watch the rest of your elevator pitch or listen to the rest of your pitch. And so right off the bat, you've got to grab their attention, not by saying some quirky, weird thing, but just rather let them know that you're a human being that's real, and show off your personality. So the second thing is becoming trustworthy. And you do that when others, okay, so you become trustworthy when others feel that you know and understand their frustration and pain, and that you have the knowledge, experience, and tools or expertise to take care of it. So it's critical that you address both sides of these. You got to become knowable and likable, and then you got to become trustworthy. So what are some, you can do that by answering some of these questions. So like, what are some frustrations and pain points that concern your target audience or market within your industry? What are a couple of things that you do differently to resolve those pain points? And then what are some practices, products, or services that you offer to help your target audience with their pain? How are you uniquely qualified to solve their problem? So when you do your pitch, you need to remember this rule, the 738-55 rule. You probably heard this, but this essentially says that 7% of what you say is going to be remembered. 38% of how you say it, which is all the metaverbal. That's all your the intonation in your voice, the way that the inflection, all the way that you say things is going to be remembered much more than what you say. And then 55% is going to be remembered by what you didn't say, but by what your body told them. And so that's going to be all your nonverbal, your metaverbal, the way that you dress, the way that you groom, your backdrop, the sound, the music, all that kind of stuff, all the stuff that is not exactly what you said. So we recommend that everybody figure out your pitch, and that you record your pitch, and that you refine your pitch. And so when you record your pitch, you need to dress and groom for it. Think about your audience, your target audience, and make sure that you're dressed to present to them. Don't do it in your pajamas. Don't run around naked in your video. Like, make sure that it's a video that represents you well, you and your organization well. You want to make sure that your backdrop and your surroundings are what you want. I'm going to show an example in a pitch here in just a second that shows the backdrop that might seem a little bit weird, but it gave so much more information about that person. If you do B-roll, B-roll is video overlay. So any B-roll or background music that you in your video, you need to make sure that it goes along with the feel of what you're trying to accomplish. So if you've got an upbeat, exciting product or service or whatever, you don't want to have this calming, relaxing music in the background. You want to make sure that the music matches the mood and the feel that you're shooting for. And then figure out whether you want to do a professional video or a selfie. I was just talking to Corey in this group. I would highly recommend that you get together with him to help you record your elevator pitch.
Thank you, Jeff.
You bet. Okay, so just a couple of things when you're recording your pitch. Don't wing it, script it. We see a lot of people that try to wing their elevator pitches, and it comes across as just choppy. You can tell that it's not real well thought out, real well worded. So when you are doing your elevator pitch, it's a really good idea to script it out first and get feedback on it before you try to record it. Second is don't read it, memorize it. So if you're trying to read things, you're going to notice that you turn into a little bit of a robot. You become monotone. And almost everybody does this. There are a handful of people that can really get around this, but in general, we recommend that you don't just read your elevator pitch, but rather do it one line at a time and memorize it. Or if you can memorize your whole script, your 59-second script, that's recommended. And then if you don't love it, re-record it. Just keep doing it over and over again until you get the right pitch. It's really important that you have the right pitch, because other people are not going to feel comfortable sharing and referring you out if you don't love it and if they don't love it. And so make sure that you get one. It doesn't have to be a perfect pitch. It just has to represent you well. So one of the pitches that I can show you today is a lady that did a phenomenal job with her elevator pitch, but it wasn't perfect. She missaid a couple of things, but she smiled when she corrected herself, and like it was just human and personal. And so that's the overall goal. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing that screen and I'm going to go to my phone screen here. And then Taylor, can you tell me like when I need to shut up here? I'll just show this for a couple of minutes here, but
Yeah, I think if you've got a couple more minutes, I think it would be great to go through kind of what you were talking about, seeing some of the pitches, but I think we can go until 11:45 with.
Great. Okay. So here I'm going to show you what pitch 59 is real quick and what it does and why elevator pitches are so important here. So on pitch 59, we do these things called pitch cards. Here, let me, well, I'll go back to mine first here. So we do these things called pitch cards that let you do a 59-second elevator pitch there at the top. Down above your contact button, it's got like video testimonials, and that lets everybody that knows you come to life and vouch for you in person up to 29 seconds long. It's got all of your contact information, so others can call, email, schedule appointments, request that you contact them. They can also just add you and their pitch card, your pitch card, to their contacts real quick. In fact, I'll do that with you in just a second here. It's got like your social media links, website, all the additional information that you want to include, and then any attachments, photos or files or documents that you want to include on there as well. And then the way that these pitch cards work is I can grab my pitch card and I can swipe up and share it with anybody in the world through text or email, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, quick share or QR code. I can copy the link and put it wherever I want, and wherever I put it, it'll work. If you have your phones with you, would you mind just opening up your camera real quick and scan my QR code here? I'll give you just a second to do this. And then once my pitch card pops up on your screen, I'll have you do two things first. So the first one is go ahead and tap the save button on my pitch card, and that'll save me and my pitch card to your contacts. So I'll always be in your phone after that. And so if you ever want to get in touch afterwards, you're more than welcome to. You'll also always have my pitch card, and you can share my pitch card with anybody else at any time. It doesn't require you to download the app or log in or sign up. The second thing that I'd have you do is just tap the share button. And what you can do is you can share my pitch card with anybody else, but you can also do an introduction. I can't introduce myself because I'm me. But if you tap on that, it's going to be a pink and purple introduce button when you tap share on my pitch card. That lets you do a three-way introduction with anybody else that will include me with my default text message that I want to be introduced with my pitch card right there, so that those people can get to know me and hear my elevator pitch. I can't tell you. So I used to own carpet cleaning companies, and sometimes I would hear customers refer me or introduce me to their neighbors, and I would just cringe. I'm like, oh man, you're doing more damage than good here, because they would tell people like, yeah, they bring in this machine that rubs your carpet or whatever. And I'm like, no, we don't. We bring in a rotary extraction machine that does it. Anyway, it would kill me, because we needed the referrals, but oftentimes our customers or our referral partners aren't great sales reps for our company. And so it's really important that I'm able to deliver my own elevator pitch. All I need is just the introduction or referral there. So just a couple of other quick things about pitch 59. You can swipe up and share anybody's pitch card with anybody else. You can also swipe down and put them in pockets. And so when other people send you pitch cards, you can put them in pockets. So I've got like accounting and tax and attorneys and BNI groups and cleaners and coaches and whatever here. And so I can go to like my insurance pocket right here, and I can introduce you to an insurance agent right here, just simply by swiping up and tapping introduce. And it'll create that three-way text conversation with all of their information and everything right there. And that way I don't have to try and sell his product or service for him. He gets to do that himself. And then you can also just flip over the pitch card by tapping that little flip button on the right-hand side and chat with that person right there on the back of their pitch card. You can network with everybody else that has pitch cards right there on the app. So anyway, that's a brief example of pitch 59, but let's go ahead and watch a couple of pitches here. So I've selected just a couple of them to show you. And I'm going to ask you, first of all, if they became knowable, likable, and trustworthy, and if they accomplished the objectives and the feel that they were going for. So this first one, I'm just going to show you the State Farm pitch.
Hey there, my name is Caitlin McGilvery, and I am the proud owner of State Farm right here in Wasilla by Home Depot. We provide our customers with insurance on their autos and homes. We do life and then some supplemental health as well as pet insurance now. I have 5 beautiful ladies on my team, and we truly have a passion for helping people. I'm very lucky that I get to work with such amazing ladies that love helping people. So that is what we do. We provide insurance, but not only that, we do want to make sure our customers are protected, and that is our #1 priority. So if you know somebody that wants an insurance company like this, or if you want an insurance company like this that truly cares about their people, give us a call. We would love to help you.
All right. So if you were to ask me how that pitch was, I would say it's pretty good. I know what she does. Do I feel like I know Caitlin McGilvery? No, I don't feel like I know her any better than I did before necessarily. I just know what she does here. Now let's watch Courtney Widener here.
My name is Courtney Widener. I'm the owner of Widener Insurance, and we are providing personal and commercial insurance for small business in the state of Texas. So I know I don't really look like an insurance agent. A lot of people, when they see me, they're just like, oh, you do insurance, but I've been doing this for over 20 years and I know insurance like the back of my hand. We like to take insurance to a new place. Insurance is something that can be really boring and tedious. A lot of folks don't know what they need for their insurance protection. It's just this thing that everybody understands that they have to have. So we like to take this whole insurance buying experience and make it into something that is understandable. So here at Widener Insurance, we're all about communicating in a way that's most effective for you and how you like to be talked to. So if you can hit that contact us button below, I'll exchange our information. I am a texter, so you may get a text message from me if that's cool, and we can start the conversation, and we would love a chance to talk to you.
All right.
My name is Courtney.
If you guys wouldn't mind, go ahead and unmute yourself here if you would. I'd like to get your feedback on this. So you just watched 2 insurance agents. Which one resonated with you? And if you were looking for insurance, which one would you consider calling first? And tell me why. Don't be bashful.
Smiles are a big
definitely-
thing for me.
Taylor, go first there.
Smiles are a big thing for me. So the Caitlin didn't smile. That was really nice when Courtney did. That was the first thing that I noticed. Sorry, Shay, I interrupted you.
No, that was a great comment. I think Courtney for me, because I don't understand insurance lingo, and I appreciated that she realizes that I don't understand insurance lingo. And I feel more connected that way. Like that'll be an easier experience.
Anybody else have any other thoughts or any other perspective on this?
Definitely Courtney for me, because I enjoyed her energy, and as well her pitch seemed more put together. Caitlin had a lot of ums and stuttering and things like that.
Great.
The
Alan,
thing
or
that- yeah, I was going to say that. I mean, yeah, the second one, is it Caitlin? Courtney? Courtney was first, right?
Caitlin was first.
Kate. Okay, so Courtney with the blue hair
Yep.
is out of the box, and at the beginning she was bouncing up and down, looked like on an exercise ball.
Yep.
So she's grabbing all of this stuff that is not just insurance, but she's expressing who she is, that she is that kind of person. And I want to be at ease with somebody when I'm giving them my money.
I love it. You guys listen to what you're saying here. So very little of what you're saying about Courtney had to do with what she said, right? Less than 7% is what you're saying you picked up from what she said. How she made you feel, is the majority of why you said that you would contact her. Like Shay, I loved your what you said about her saying that insurance is confusing, and she identified the pain within insurance. Caitlin didn't identify any pain with insurance. She just told people what she does. So it is so critical that you identify pain, that you relate with that you let people know that you understand their pain, and then that you come back and just say, like Courtney, you said there, I know insurance like the back of my hand. I've been doing this for over 20 years and I know it really well. And then she said, I like to make insurance a little bit different. I like to bring it down to people's level that makes it understandable. You would not believe how she's gotten so much business off of her pitch card. Sometimes even when we're just doing demos, I'll show her pitch card occasionally. And those people will be like, can you send that pitch card to me? I'd like to talk to her. It is amazing how if you can make people feel a certain way, that's so much more effective than just letting people know what you do. And so if you take nothing else from Pitch 59 and this message today, I want you to know that it's way more important about how you make people feel rather than what you tell people to do. Any other thoughts on this? I'll show you one or two other quick ones here. Okay.
Yeah, I'd love to see more.
Okay, so let me show you another good. I'll show you a couple of examples. I'll show you two. Well, I'll just show you one of the video ones, and then I'll also show you one of the resume pitch cards. We also do. There's a few different types of pitch cards. We have business pitch cards and resume pitch cards for people that are looking for a job. But let me show you this one by Stephen Human here.
Your video has to be about emotion. Hi, I'm Stephen Human, founder of Superhuman Creative. I worked in television for 15 years as a writer, director, and producer. I filmed all over the world, and now I help businesses tell their real story, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You've only got 59 seconds to do it. We can create an emotional connection that will resonate with your customers and clients and make you their friend, not just another business. I'm a huge geek. I have an action figure collection. I love working with businesses. I never really liked making commercials when I worked in television because it was fake. I like telling a real story, sitting down with a business owner and helping them to tell their story in a real way. It's more documentary style. It helps to convey real meaning and real friendship between you and your clients and customers. I'm Stephen Human, Superhuman Creative. Join me in helping tell your story.
All right, let's hear feedback on Stephen Humans here.
Just the one thing I noticed, you mentioned that like 55% of what we see is like body or nonverbal or background. The music, I don't think it was just my computer, but it like dropped out all of a sudden, and it just felt it was a little confusing on the music, but I did like his pitch.
Awesome. It may have come through the streaming a little bit because when I listen to it, it doesn't have that issue, but it could be. I don't know. That's
Okay,
great.
it could have been my computer. Yeah.
That's a Zoom thing. It's filtering out the background music and just emphasizing the voice. So that's why that cut out.
Okay, thanks.
That's awesome. Thanks, Corey. So the question here is, how did Stephen Human make you feel, and what would it be like to work with him now? Would you feel like he is genuine and sincere? He's honest? I think probably, and there are a couple of reasons for that. Is one of the things that he said is, I don't like, I can't remember what he said. I don't like doing commercials because they're fake. I like doing real things. Like they're just little snippets like that make people remember what type of a person you are. If you don't like commercials because they're fake, that lends me to believe that you're more sincere and genuine, and you don't like, you're going to be more honest with me, which is, as a videographer, I'm going to appreciate because I want to create a great product. So, okay, before we run out of time here, I just want to go to one more. Let's do Jacob Perry. This is a resume pitch card. He actually applied to work for Pitch 59, and I'm going to show you his pitch, and then I'm going to tell you what happened with this guy.
Hi there. My name is Jacob, and I'm a software developer. I've been working at BYU, my university, for the past 2 years as a student software developer, writing websites using Angular and .NET. So I'm pretty familiar with those two tools, but I'm also familiar with React and C++ and Python, and I can pick things up super quick. I'm also an artist, actually. I've been doing art since high school, and I attached one of my pieces to this pitch card. So if you're interested, give it a look. But I mentioned that because I've got a good intuition for design. So I really enjoy making front ends for websites because it's just a lot of fun to me. I'm currently looking for an internship, so I'm really hoping that Pitch 59 will have me. And I'm super excited to possibly pitch in and apply my skills here. Talk to you later. Bye.
All right. So after watching his pitch right there, you can already think of what it would be like to work with him. You kind of get to know his personality, his potential, what he's into. We checked out the art that he was talking about. He has a great eye for art. One of the reasons that was really important to us is because developers are not necessarily really well known for being really good at UI, UX, and design. They're really good at coding, but not necessarily the artistic side of it. And that was really appealing to us, to have a developer that really understands design as well. But also, if you look at his pitch there, look at his background. So he's in his bedroom, in his dorm room or whatever. And you would think that that may not be a great place to record your pitch. But for us as employers, that actually, his bed is made in the background. His room is clean. His bookshelf is organized. Like there are little things that we pick up on as human beings that it doesn't matter how much AI you throw at it. It's not going to be able to tell you, yes, his bed is made and his books are organized or whatever. We as human beings have this amazing ability to decipher potential based on things, not just with that person, but surrounding that person and what that person has control over. And so here we saw this and we're like, you know what? He looks like he's a neat, well-organized person. He's a little bit quirky, but seems fun and good to talk to. He showed his artistic side of it, and we ended up hiring this guy and he was phenomenal. We loved working with him. And so these are just some of the basic things that your pitch can do for people. It can really help people understand who you are, what you do, but most importantly, they can feel what you want them to feel with an elevator pitch. So with that, if there's a couple minutes left, I'm happy to answer any questions that you have.
Yeah, that would be great. Thanks, Jeff. If you want to just unmute yourself, feel free to throw some questions at Jeff.
Hey, Jeff, can we... Oh.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Karen.
Hey, hi, Alan. I just sent you a DM. So real quickly, can you put that oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Yes, thank you. Back up again, because when I scanned it and opened it up, for some reason I didn't see all the things that you had said that we were supposed to see, like save and all of that. The QR code.
Yep, there's my QR code.
Did anybody else have that issue?
Mine worked well.
It did?
It worked for me as well.
That's weird. I don't see.
What browser are you using, Karen?
I have an iPhone. See, it just doesn't. Oops, you can't see.
Oh, yeah, it's up now.
Well, mine doesn't say save.
Yeah, it does, down under the contact button on the left-hand side.
Oh, I see. Okay, thank you. I thought it was over on the right side. Okay.
No, you're good. You can also tap contact and then add the contact there too.
Awesome.
You bet.
Okay, so Jeff, what about different kinds of platform pitches for different audiences? I mean, so you're talking about doing a video and plus, you know, the one you would do by yourself, get a professional videographer, but what about the other ones, the $25 animated thing from Fiverr or something like that, or the Adobe, they have a software for training presentations where you put up pictures and you can put your voice on it and etc.
Yeah, we at Pitch 59, we ask everybody to do the elevator pitch themselves. That doesn't mean that you can't have all of that stuff in your video. You just have to be in your video, at least for some portion of it. The reason for that is people need to know who they're hiring, and like that's one of the main things with the door-to-door sales is, like I said before, they could hire any company. It didn't matter what company I was representing. They hired me as a human being. And so Pitch 59 is a way to get to know other people. And like, if you're looking for a carpet cleaner, a plumber, a doctor, or whatever, you can go to their pitch card and watch their elevator pitch and see who they are, and then make a decision as to whether or not you want to hire that person. So you can include all that stuff in your video if you'd like, but you have to at least have your pitch in there, your personal pitch in there for part of it.
Okay. And yeah, the other question was then, so are you focusing more on the line of like interview for an employment, or are we talking then about pitching for fundraising?
We don't pitch. We do have a nonprofit pitch card that you can use for the fundraising side of it. But the thing that Pitch 59 is focused on, because we're a small team right now and we've only got limited resources, is 100% business pitch cards. So whether you're a small business, large business, whether you're a realtor or a security metrics type of person, pitch cards are a really good tool to get referrals. So it just makes it really simple and easy to get referrals.
Okay.
I did have a question, outside of like Pitch 59 and the app and the website. Where have you seen good places to use that 59-second video? Like on your website, I'm assuming, but what about like LinkedIn or email campaigns and things like that?
Works awesome on LinkedIn. Pitch cards work everywhere. It's a link and it'll pull up a thumbnail, so you can share them on LinkedIn. You can direct message people with them on LinkedIn, have them save your contact information right there through LinkedIn. You can use it on any social media platform. You can use it as your email signature. You can use it as your digital business card. We don't like to advertise it as a digital business card because it's so much more than that. And the reason that you get a pitch card is not just to use it as a card, but to get referrals. But I wouldn't be, I mean, it's the best digital business card you're going to find. It has so much capacity and capability. And the other thing that we wanted to make sure with Pitch 59 is that there are no barriers. We don't want you guys to have to download an app or to log in or sign up in order to get people's information or watch their pitch or whatever. You can share your pitch card with everybody in the world and they don't have to do anything besides tap play or tap share or whatever. It's completely functional without any barriers.
In that case, then also, what is the size of the file that you're asking somebody to take your information and put it then on their phone?
No, it just saves it as a URL, so it doesn't save it doesn't download all that information or a pitch card to their phone. It just saves that that URL. So it doesn't take up anybody's phone space.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Do you have are there metrics that you can track from your pitch URL?
They're coming out in January. We are super excited about this. You're going to be able to see how many people have shared your pitch card, how they're sharing your pitch card. If they have a Pitch 59 account, you'll see who it was and when they did it. You'll be able to see how many people are watching your pitch and how long they're watching your pitch for. So that's going to be another key metric that you want to keep an eye on. If they're watching your pitch for like 58 seconds, that's phenomenal. If they're watching your pitch for 4 or 5 seconds, you know that you need to change your pitch. There's something wrong with your pitch. But you'll be able to see how many people are contacting you, how they're contacting you, how they're adding you to their contacts. You'll be able to see all the metrics there right there on the app.
This is awesome, Jeff. Really appreciate it. Would you be willing, or are you able to share that presentation you went through? I think you hit a lot of kind of building blocks for how to build a pitch.
Yeah, I have. I'll actually send you guys a PDF of how to script and write out your elevator pitch with all the questions and content that I had today, and it'll just be a PDF that I can send to you. So Taylor,
that would be awesome. I think if you send it to Hannah, she'll be able to distribute it to the whole group.
You bet. That'd be great. I'd be happy.
Okay. Very cool. Well,
thanks so much, you guys.
Yeah, this is awesome. Thank you. I think everybody should have Jeff's pitch card now. So reach out to him if you've got more questions. But really appreciate your time and thanks. And we'll see you next week.